The Girl Who Cried. From the Basement. Part 1. The first time I heard her. The first time I heard the little girl crying, I thought it was my sister. That was impossible, of course. My sister had been dead for 8 years. But grief does strange things when a house gets quiet. It was a little after midnight when I heard it. A soft, broken sob coming from somewhere below my bedroom floor. At first, I stayed perfectly still, staring up at the ceiling, telling myself it was the pipes or the wind pressing against the old windows. Then it happened again. A tiny voice whispered, "Mom?" My chest tightened so hard I couldn't breathe. My sister, Emily, used to say that when she had nightmares. She would stand in the hallway with her blanket wrapped around her shoulders, rubbing her eyes, calling for our mother in that same small voice. "Mom?" I sat up in bed. The house was dark except for the hallway light. It flickered the way it always did when it rained. Outside, thunder rolled over the roof, slow and heavy. I listened. Nothing. Then the crying started again. This time, I knew exactly where it was coming from. The basement. I hadn't opened that door in years. Not since the day Emily disappeared. People always hated when I said disappeared. They corrected me gently, like I was a child. She didn't disappear, they would say. She passed away. But that wasn't true. Not really. They found her shoe in the basement. They found her blanket at the bottom of the stairs. They found little scratch marks on the inside of the basement door. But they never found Emily. After 3 weeks, the police stopped searching. After 3 months, my father stopped speaking. After 1 year, my mother left the house and never came back. And after 8 years, I came back because my father finally died in the same chair he had spent every day staring from, facing the basement door. He left me the house and one note. It was written on the back of an unpaid electric bill. "Don't open it if she sounds like Emily." That was all. No explanation. No apology. Just those words. At the time, I thought grief had eaten the last sane part of him. Now, sitting in my childhood bedroom, listening to something cry beneath the floorboards, I wasn't so sure. I got out of bed and grabbed my phone. No service. Of course. The storm must have knocked something out. I stepped into the hallway and the crying stopped. The house became so quiet I could hear rain ticking against the windows. At the end of the hall was Emily's room. The door was open. I know I closed it earlier. I walked toward it slowly. Her room still looked almost the same. Pink walls, glow-in-the-dark stars on the ceiling. A stuffed rabbit sitting upright on the pillow, like it had been waiting for her to come back. I hated that rabbit. Not because it was creepy, because my dad used to talk to it. After Emily vanished, I would sometimes wake up and hear him in her room, whispering to that stuffed rabbit like it was answering him. I stepped inside. The air smelled like dust and old baby shampoo. On her dresser was a framed picture of the two of us. Emily was 6. I was 13. She had chocolate ice cream smeared across her face, and I had my arm around her, pretending to be annoyed. I picked it up. My throat started to burn. "I'm sorry," I whispered. I didn't know who I was saying it to. Then something knocked below me. 3 soft taps from under the floor. I froze. A second later, my phone lit up. No signal. No notification. Just a black screen. Then white text appeared across it. "She still waits for you." I dropped the phone. It hit the floor and cracked. From downstairs, the basement door creaked. Not opened, just moved. Like something on the other side had leaned against it. I backed out of Emily's room and went to the top of the stairs. The hallway light flickered again. Once, twice, then went out. The only light came from below. A thin yellow line beneath the basement door. I stood there shaking. That door had been locked for 8 years. My father nailed boards across it, 3 thick planks, screwed into the frame. I checked them when I arrived that morning. Now one of the boards lay on the floor. Then another screw turned by itself, slowly, squeaking. I whispered, "Emily?" The crying stopped instantly. I knew I had made a mistake. A voice from behind the basement door whispered back, "Daniel?" My name. Not Mom. Not Dad. My name. I covered my mouth with both hands. The voice was perfect. Not close. Not similar. Perfect. It was Emily on the morning she disappeared, when she had stood at my bedroom door and asked me to play hide and seek. I told her no. I told her I was too old for that stupid game. She frowned at me and said, "You never find me anyway." Those were the last words she ever said to me. Now her voice was behind the basement door. "Daniel," she whispered again, "you never found me." I started crying before I even realized it. "I looked," I said. "I swear I looked." The door handle twitched. Once, twice, then stopped. A tiny hand slid under the door. Pale fingers, small fingers, a child's fingers. They curled against the floor, reaching. I should have run. I should have remembered my father's note. But guilt is stronger than fear when it has been living inside you long enough. I took one step closer. The hand stretched farther. The nails were broken. The skin was gray. Then the voice changed. Just a little. Still Emily. But colder. Older. Like someone wearing her voice from the inside. "Come downstairs," it said. "I want to show you where Dad kept me." My blood turned cold. The hand slid back under the door. Then, the basement light clicked off. The hallway went completely dark. For a moment, there was only thunder, rain, and my own breathing. Then my cracked phone lit up behind me. I turned slowly. It was on the floor outside Emily's room. The black screen had another message. "Your father didn't die in the chair." My heart stopped. Another line appeared. "He died trying to keep her in." The basement door groaned. One of the remaining boards snapped in half, and from behind it came my sister's voice, soft and sweet and wrong. "Daniel?" A pause, then, "Hide and seek." The last board broke. The basement door opened 1 inch, and from the darkness below, Emily whispered, "You hide first."
Have a scary story of your own? Send your true stories, original horror stories, or creepy experiences to narratednightmaresx@gmail.com. Your story could be featured and narrated in a future video on Narrated Nightmares. Original horror stories that feel like they happened to someone you know.